all human beings intrinsically have this urge: one, to be appreciated; two, to be loved; three, to be accepted; fourth, to be respected; and fifth, we feel the fullness of the life. Irrespective of your country, race, religion, sex, whatever. This is a common factor which we all human beings, and also even the animals, even the birds, they too have the same thing. You politely, gently, lovingly call a dog or a cat or a cow, they moo, they bark in happiness, they wag their tails in happiness. So this is something which can be said, this is like the individual soul might be any type of body, but the mind is exactly same in all the bodies. But in the pursuit of getting happiness from people, individuals, stuff, things, there is a possibility that we end up in wrong places and with wrong people. Like I know of many people who got married hoping that they'll have a great heavenly life, but their life turned into a hell. There are people who wanted to be in a happy relationship. They thought so, but they ended up being in a very gruesome, torturous relationship. But somehow, when the mind is weak, then one is unable to register that this is not correct and one should walk out of that. Because if the strength is not there, if the understanding is not there, if you can't read your own emotions, and moreover, if you do not have a yogic practice, like if you eat good, nutritious, organic food, your body is healthy. What about your mind? What do you do for your mind to make it healthy and strong? No school talks about it. No college talks about it. Nobody even mentions the mental health. It's only when somebody goes cuckoo, then they end up in a mental asylum, or they need to be with the psychiatrist in Europe, in US, in Canada. People are paying a huge amount to these advisors or consultants, and there is no one who doesn't has a psychoanalyst or a psychiatrist or a psychologist to whom they go, and they are on medications. They can't sleep, they have anxiety attacks, they have panic attacks, they have claustrophobic feelings. Individuals find it difficult to have a healthy relationship, and these all mental chaos ends up the person in underperformance in the professional field, and it's such a, I would say, an epidemic of mental illness, especially after COVID. This is like has grown double, triple, or quadruple times. It has become so big. I believe and I understand that we need to sort out our mind before we engage in building up a relationship with anybody else. If we don't know how to have a clear perception, if we don't have a good understanding about our own mind first, and we know what's our mind weaknesses, and then we know about the methods in which we can tackle it and come out of those weaknesses, those negativities. Like many people are very conscious about trusting anybody. They might have been duped. So now the standard is they can't trust anybody. There are faith issues. there are personal issues, it's difficulty to stand up for yourself amongst a crowd, to speak up. There is a difficulty of saying what you feel inside in honesty to the other person, because the society is society of liars. So nobody is going to speak about the truth of what their mental state is, and everybody's with a big smile, fake one, of course. Highs and hellos, how are you? Great. How are you? Good. So they have a cup of tea, coffee, meal, or whatsoever, and they go on their ways to sulk and torture because of their own stupid mind. And nobody is interested in a crybaby. So nobody is going to offer their shoulders to you. Nobody is going to listen patiently to you. That's why now people have to pay a psychiatrist who will sit nicely and put you on that couch and listen to all the garbage which you are going to blabber. And one young psychiatrist asked his senior, he said, "Sir, I am going crazy myself listening to all this crap of these patients, and how come you are in this profession from last 40 years? The professor said, "Okay, it's a secret in between us. I'll tell you my secret of I am not going insane." He said, "What's that?" He said the solution is in just $1. You have to spend $1. And in $1, you get the solution. I still can't get you, please. Can you give me some detail? He said, buy a swab of a cotton, and just before the patient walks in your office, plug it in your ears. And you know what to speak. "Sir, come, ma'am, come, please sit. Okay, lie down. Would you like something to drink?" Now, these are the things, and you can lip reading can be done to know what they are saying. And then, okay, the session begins. Your session is for half an hour or 1 hour. And then you are to sit on the chair, and in between, okay, I see, I understand. Just keep on making these sounds. And see your watch, 1 hour gone, and say, "Okay, thank you. We'll meet next week." And the patient walks out, my doctor is so good. Such a patient listener. The patient goes happy. The doctor is happy because they are making so much money. Ranging from $100 to $500 to whatever. But I think so in Bharat, in this country, the mental health was given a great importance. That's why young kids were initiated into mantra chanting. The young kids were exposed to the idea. In Sanskrit, the verse from Bhagavad Gita is Mamaivanso Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are all children of God, and we are connected with God. And God is not somewhere outside of us. God is very much within us. And we are one with that divinity. So wherever we might go, we are never alone. And who is God? Who is embodiment of Ananda, true bliss. And the children and the young ones are initiated into doing the kirtana and listening to the great verses of the scriptures, and the discussions are done, and the satsangs, are happening. So you grow up. I remember in my childhood, I was maybe in the 6th standard. You can count what the age, because we were, enrolled in a school, I think so, when we were 5. Nowadays, people are crazy. They put their kids at 3. But on my time, it was 5. So I must be in 6th standard or so. When Swamiji used to come to our house, and he would make us sing this one song, which song was like that we are children of God, and God is our protector, and God is the one who takes care of us, and God is the one who knows when we should receive what. God is the one who is always compassionate and loving and caring. And the more we are in love with God, the more happy we are. So it's a long song. So every day, and very happily, he would, recite it and make us sing. He himself was not a good singer, so I was the one who was given the duty to sing aloud, and then he would just, like a conductor, make us all sing and sometimes even dance. So we had dancing and singing, and the love which he would give us, the blessings which we would have, the joy which we would feel. So this was my best playtime. Go to his place, sit in that congregation and sing and listen to whatever. It's not like sermon. It's not a dead sermon. Very lively classes would happen. So when you have this, and then when you grow, then there are some challenges which even I had to face. So all those emotional challenges, relationship challenges, family's expectations, and I was like a rebellious, mischievous kid who was not ready to listen to anybody, and I have my own plans and ideas, and I'm going to execute it, what may ever happen. So, but this understanding that I'm never alone, and I'll be never judged or shunned or hated by God or by any Swamijis. They'll always love me. And I met so many remarkable people, great Swamis, great teachers, who had this very lively and environment, and I was a feisty girl, very feisty girl. But then the understanding and the knowledge, and then when you are like engaged into all these things, there is no room left for despair. Because you are not a slave of anybody. And you are not emotionally engaged with somebody thinking, only this person will complete me. Individuals are there to accompany you on the journey of your life, and no human being can complete another human being. The another human being can make your life hell for sure. The advertisement, the marketing of the world is that, so much joy if you are in love or relationship or marriage or this and that. It's just marketing, nothing else. It's just sham advertisement which is being done day in and day out. And people go crazy after those the ideas which are marketed, that you can't be alone and you need to have someone. Even if that someone is a bad person, but at least you have someone. So stick with that person and go through the torture which that person is giving. It is stupid. So what every human being should know is, 1, learn to be in a happy space, in a peaceful space, by not running after individuals. There will be some good people in your life, there will be some bad people in your life. People are people. They are what they are. They won't change for you. They might mask their evilness, but one day that evilness is just going to topple out. And then, most of the engaged couples or married couples, they complain to one another, you were not like this before, you have changed. Yeah, sure, world is meant to change. Who said that this person won't change? And how did you had this idea that this person will remain a cooing, lovable person all the time? And the cooing lovability is until they are committed or married and they begin to living with one another, and that's when the reality comes out. So sometimes it's not a good one. I always say this, like one time a woman was telling me her sad story about how the husband is so bad. And she went on and on and on. And I said, okay, wait, I have a solution for you. She said, what? I said, walk out of the marriage. No, but I love him. I said, then go to hell. How can you love your tormentor? She said, no, my mom says that, oh, every marriage is with some obstacle, so you have to deal with it. In time, he will change. I said, well, now I understand. Your mother destroyed her own life on this fake belief, and you are going to copy your mom? Then if that's the case, then I am not ready to listen to all that sob story which you have. Keep it with yourself. See, two intelligent individuals can work on their difficulties or problems. Two intelligent people should never be married. Because they are intelligent, hence it will be too difficult to put the other person, if the other person is wrong, this intelligent person will do a nice cover-up. If two fools marry, they'll be fighting all the time because they are fools. So what's an ideal marriage? So my opinion is, when one is intelligent and other is a fool. And God forbid you are not the fool. Huh? So if one is intelligent and another is fool, then there is a hope that this marriage will work. So if you just gently and nicely and deeply look around all the couples you will find, that what I am saying is an eternal truth. A universal truth. Are you agreeing to it, what I am saying? Even the 12 years are saying yes. I'm a good advocate, right? She's just 12 and she's saying yes. So one should work on making yourself intelligent. So following the yogic path of doing asana and pranayam with all the zeal and enthusiasm, never missing on to it, because that's how you fix your mind. And doing especially Yog Nidra every day, Andhra, that will give you the access to your subconscious mind, where you will have the ability to change that patterns which your subconscious mind is carrying. So once you know how to change the pattern which are there in your subconscious mind, your conscious mind will get trained to think correctly and to choose correctly and perceive things as they are, and not just, what you call that hopeful thinking which people have. So the point is that, like if you are hungry, you have to eat food. You have to put a bite in your mouth and chew it and swallow it. And then your satiety comes, right? You can't be happy and pleased just by seeing an advertisement on a billboard of, heart-warming food. Photographs are great, but that will not give you the satiety. You need to eat the real food to feel the satiety or the pleasure of eating the food. Similarly, we need to engage into such yogic practices that you begin to cook that real satiety of your mind. And once you have that real satiety within you, you are a master then. Then you are a master. Then you are not a slave. Then you are not engaged in like a bonded labor to a person or to... So that's what I teach, how to be liberated. Not from others, but from your own mind. The patterns which got created in the mind. How we have conditioned our mind. how our family, our society has conditioned our mind to think and see and believe in one way. So when there is too much sadness in the mind, I always suggest that's the time to do the Urja Dhyan, the Sakriya Dhyan. In Rishikesh, we did that with a forceful external, breathing out. The Kapalbhati Pranayam was done. So that particular method is one which will absolutely cleanse your... If the mind is despair, if the mind is like confused, if the mind is irritated, if the mind is feeling loneliness, if mind is feeling sadness, do the Sakriya Dhyan, do the Urja. In my app, Amrit Varsha app, in the meditation section, it is right there. Just put it on. The track 1 is the commentary about it. Track 2 is the practice. So once you know the thing, then right away go into the track 2. Follow my instructions. Do it. And by the time this method will end, you'll be flying like a bird. Other times, just ponder why I am sad. Am I holding on to past? If yes, then let go of the past. If I am thinking too much about hypothetically what will happen in the future, just let go of it. Who knows what will happen 5 years or 10 years down the line? What you have is now. So, use it creatively. So, meditate more, do more pranayam. If there is too much of cobwebs in the mind, then bring mantra chanting. As you will begin to do the mantra chanting, the mantra will be on your tongue, then slowly the mantra will go in your mind, and then slowly it will enter into your subconscious, and a day would come or a night would come when you were on the bed sleeping and you woke up and the mantra was still being hummed in your mind. And that will be such a beautiful experience that you will wake up by saying, wow, what was that? So creating more wow moments for yourself. And never be dependent on anybody. And in the meantime, in your ordinary family life or the society life, there will be things to be fixed. Do it, do your best, and leave the rest. Do what you can do, and what about the thing which you can't do anything, why bother? Let it be. Good or bad, let it be. But one should never punish oneself by pondering on mistakes of other people. They did their part of mistakes. Why are you carrying their garbage on your head? You be free of overthinking. Are you getting what I'm saying? So every morning when you wake up, just remember this. Always fold your hands and in your mind say, thank you, Lord, I'm not dead. I'm still alive. Thank you for this beautiful life. I'm still there. And let me make the best of this day. So do the mental chanting of Om 3 times. And begin your day with a very spirited, and always after this mental small gratitude prayer, say to yourself, Andhra, today you'll have a spectacular day. Don't wait for others to say good morning. And once, I remember a man went to his office and he met his boss and he said, good morning, boss. And the boss was cranky one and he said, what's good in this morning? Bugger off. Okay. So the good morning sometimes given by others might not work for you. So you have to create the goodness for yourself in your mornings, in your afternoons, in your nights. I was one time, I saw this cook, this open kitchen concept these days. So we were in this place where we can see the cook is cooking. So he prepared a pasta dish, and once he garnished it and with the all the stuff, with the pine nuts and drizzling the olive oil. And when he saw this, he said, "Mamma mia, so good!" That's the Italian's way. So he's throwing this kiss, and he's appreciating himself. "Oh, you are such a good cook." And then he served us, the food. And then he was standing on my head and "Is it good? Is it good?" I said, "Let me eat." "Is it good?" It's eat. I'm eating. So I said, "Yes, it is. It is." And I said, "I told you so." I said, "Yeah, you announced it. You didn't just tell. You announced it so loud." But I love the attitude. I love the attitude. Do a small little thing for yourself. Appreciate yourself. I've done good. And if it is not good, then still say, "Next time I'll be good." Try again. We will succeed. What's the harm in? So we will be doing some mistakes. We will be falling in bad relationships. We will be doing some really nasty stuff. So what? Forgive yourself. Pick yourself up. And create a new day for yourself. That's it. The fools are the ones who are hinged to their past. Wise ones are those who live in the present. Now you choose well. So be here in this ashram in Ganaur, or be in Munich. No, be in good state of mind. Where should I be? In Ganaur or in Munich? I would say be in a good state of mind. And for that you need to be intelligent. Be intelligent. Be wise. Be gracious. Be great. Don't be ordinary. Be great. When you have a choice to, see, even eating, he will always give some cue at the right time. Life is a blessing. Better enjoy it. Never create reasons to sulk. Create millions of reasons to smile and dance.